morning, good morning, good morning. Happy New Year, 2022. It's a little dark, but it's such a beautiful, silvery January morning that I don't want to turn on any lights. So we'll go with this, and this will be enough. We are starting standing. Start by swinging out your feet, moving side to side, loosen. Feeling the outer edges of your hips. So we'll be twisting. And the twisting is the energy of samana. And samana is a digestive quality, is a making sense of things, is an internalizing of. So you digest your emotions, you digest your food, you digest an experience. You make sense of it. You say, yeah, I'm never going to do that again. That was the wrong thing to eat. Or like, oh, that's fantastic. That's just right. And so it's a perfect practice for the first day of a new year. And just go for 4. Go a little higher, a little longer. Flex your feet, spread your toes. 3. Find a full footprint, right? You get a little racy. And you can already feel, am I able to twist or am I not? I was not twisty this morning. Sit down, stand wide. You're sure there's a sensation from the navel to the pubis. To bring that up, hands wide and cross, and open and close. You're just going to close your eyes. Your heart comes up, your chin might lean. Oh. Your elbows may bend. So we don't simply twist through the spine. We can turn, and what I'm asking you to do is open your thumbs up and crossing, turn your thumbs down, and you start to twist through the forearm, through the wrist. As you twist your thumbs up, start to lift your heart. So when you roll your thumbs down, when you twist your arms, it rolls through the chest. Put a bend in your knees and get a little bit bigger. Roll the thumbs down, roll the thumbs up. And the twisting of your forearm rolls through, twisting through the upper arm turning the collarbone, shifting. Get it bigger. And come back into your hands. Spread your fingers very wide. Turn your thumbs down, your thumbs back. So that you are beginning to open your chest right from the tips of your fingers. Go 4 and go 3. And go 2. And then pause and just notice now the center of the chest, the center of the navel. So fists, take your left arm up to your armpit, take your right arm further down, down, down towards your foot, and then change. So that you start to feel through the sides of your spine, into the tips of your elbows. Inhale 1, exhale the other, feeling the sides of your hips, the sides of your waist, and draw your fist up as close as you can to your armpit. So in every twist, there's this rinsing quality. Now add your hands by opening the hand that goes down and making a fist, the one that's coming up, opening and closing. So it's this rinse through the hands. And you felt a moment ago how your hands open your heart. So really that you're changing the interior space. Open and close 3. 2. And 1. Now stand tall, just be still. You're going to get thrown around, be steady. Good. Big back circle and big back circle, one at a time. So these back circles are clearing what those side to side elbows up motion sort of were scrubbing. And now you can imagine that you're clearing. Now let your chest turn. So you begin to twist through the spine and open through the shoulder. Let your chin turn over your back shoulder. 3, good, 2, and 1. And then step your feet evenly to the top of your mat. The hands coming up, the hands coming down, the hands coming up, a bend to the knees, hands overhead. So we inhale up, we inhale back, we inhale up, we exhale, fold. We go in and in and in and out. In and in and in. Ha! 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 I want you to think H-U-H with a little gut. Ha! 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 3. Out of the body. Ha! Ha! One more. Ha! And notice that if that's all the time you had, we're shifted. Because what's undigested within us gets stuck and remains and gets blended with other things. Fold down, step back, child's pose, knees wide, toes together. Oh. So out the mouth is that UH sound is a grounding action. It's a sound of release. It's a sound of existing. Oh, it's like relief. It's like arrival. Oh, wag your tail a little and rise all the way up. Lift your chin, lift your tail, round your back, tuck your chin. And you move through it. And all the movement of your limbs you bring into the spine. So from the periphery, we're gathering our movement further and further into the center. Good. Just go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, neutral. Let your belly rise into your body. Your seat behind you, the crown of your head on the wall in front, weight into the base of your thumbs, the base of your first finger knuckle, broadening your hands to broaden the collarbones. And from exactly that space, just tuck your toes, lift your hips, press straight into the floor. Walk down. Straight down into the floor, as though you were still in hands and knees. And we'll begin to move hands and knees back to the floor. Child's pose on that loud. Exhale through the mouth. We'll inhale back to hands and knees through the nose. We'll exhale to the mouth to dog. In hands, knees. Out the mouth to child. There's our flow. Your hands are your anchors. And they're drawing you up and they're setting you back. And you don't have to try to achieve anything in the posture. We're using the movement like we're greasing the shoulders and the hips, and we're lengthening the arms and the hamstrings. And you're just rising up. Use the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And out through the mouth is all the tension of the shoulders, the back, the legs, the hips. 3. 2. Good. As you come to hands and knees, take your left hand behind your right and put your left shoulder to the floor and just pause a little forward, a little back. Let the left side of your head fall, let your hips wash side to side. Let your chin fall down towards your left shoulder and simply stay. Nowhere to go, just let the breath happen. The exhalation is rinsing the navel toward the spine. The inhalation is making space underneath the left shoulder blade. If it gets very, very sticky, let your hips wash side to side, and this will create more ease in the shoulders and the breath. Each time we turn, we're making sense of things, of ourselves. Reach your right fingertips overhead. Just walk off the front edge of your mat and gently turn to look under the armpit. Look back down to the left shoulder so that you're rolling across the left side of your head. And you're letting the movement all the way from the back of your heart to the back of your head. And then come back, child's pose. So right hand down, press back, fold in. Walk your hands a big step to the right. And sit your left hip back. Drop your left elbow, drop your left shoulder. Back into the center. Tuck your toes down, dog. Walk your feet a half step forward and bending your knees, pull your heels up over the balls of your feet so you're a little bit springy that you can push into the balls of your feet. Both knees are bent. Look to your left hand and walk it toward the center of your mat. And so the left hand plants and the right hand comes to your outer left shin. And holding there, bend your right knee more towards your right armpit. Press the left hand down and away. And send the left heel back and down as you look under the left armpit. So there's a big revolution through the left side body. 3. So the left hand presses straight down. The right knee comes in towards the right armpit. The chin turns up into the left armpit. And set it back. Hands, knees. Go ahead, take your right hand behind your left. Put your right shoulder to the floor and a little forward and a little back. A little forward and a little back. Move yourself around as you need to, making space. And then settle into your breathing. Feel how the inhalation is making space behind the heart. The exhalation is rinsing through the navel. Let the breath get larger. More luxurious, even as you're caught in this turn. Let your hips move. Explore. And the left hand steps overhead. Fingertips to the floor. Look up under the left side. And then turn your chin down to the right shoulder and then back up to the left shoulder. And do that a few times, clearing behind the heart, through the spine, through the neck, to the back of your head. Again, a breath out through the mouth, that UH, or the depth. And then into the center, hands and knees. You can feel that. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. So the first thing is to lift your heels over the balls of your feet. Walk your feet a little bit closer. Put a bigger bend in your knees. Now there's a bend and a straighten. There's a bouncy levitation in your legs. Right hand toward the center line. Left hand towards your right outer shin. Bend your left knee towards your left armpit. So draw your heel higher. Press your right hand down and away. Look up under your armpit. Press your right heel back. And that will revolve you from the hip to the hand. So you're turning through the chin. You're turning through the hip. You're turning through the knee. And your breath is full into the upper back and out through the back of your heel, navel to the spine. Good. And uncoil. Hands and knees. Add your blocks up underneath your heads. Those are mighty. So they're under my hands. My arms are, a visitor. We have cats on the loose. Tuck your toes down, dog. So my hands are on the blocks.
Again, bending the knees, I'm on the balls of my feet. I can feel that my weight is even. Walk your dog, just tap a heel, tap another, feel that you're stable. And your right foot steps outside of your right hand and you lunge. So your right knee's a little bit wider. Check that your knee comes over your heel. If that means that you need to take your back foot back or your hands a little forward, set yourself up so you feel right angles. So a little rock across the ball of the back foot. And you're opening the joint where your toe meets your foot, right there. And as you open that, it opens the arch of your foot. And from the arch of your foot, tack your back heel down and let your heart come through your hands. So if you press forward and down with the front foot, your hips shift back, you're a little bit rounded. Awesome. Bend your front knee and draw your heart a little bit further forward. Go one more time. Lift your hips back, look forward, bend your front knee and draw your heart through your hands. Stay 3. Good. Stay 2. Put your left knee to the floor. Put the top of your foot flat. Put your right hand to your right thigh. Press your left hand down to turn your navel. Right knee is coming forward, left knee down to the floor, heart high. Let your left hip lengthen open. And then center. And hands down. Step your right foot back down tall. Left foot steps outside of your left hand, hands on blocks. And you rock forward and back, starting here by becoming aware the length of your toes, where your toes meet your foot, where the ball of your foot lengthens to the arch into the heel, and how the heel rolls through the calf. Let your hips move forward and back and start to bring your heart forward and your heart back. There'll be a rounding and an opening like cat-cow. And then tack your back heel back and your front knee forward and your heart forward, and you stay open through the front knee and open through the back heel. The breath is still full, the neck is long. And then your right knee down to the floor, the top of the foot flat. Keep your hand on the block, left hand on your thigh. And more pressure, you're putting 60% into the base of your right thumb and just 40% in the left side. So that action of bringing your heart forward, that's the same sensation as bringing your right hip open. Just feel whatever could lengthen through the right side body. Give it permission, invitation, and then set down. Down dog. Hands stay on the blocks. Walk out your dog. Open your armpits. So now the blocks give you a little extra height. Step your right foot forward. Put your left knee down and take your hands up high. Good. Palms together, thumbs down the back, tuck your chin. And then look up and set it down. Step back down dog. So use the blocks with a little extra height. Left foot outside of the left hand, right knee down. Hands up high. Palms together, thumbs down your back, tuck your chin. And then letting go, looking up. And all the way down. Step back down dog. So the right foot will step and the left knee comes down and the hands come up high and the heart lifts. Tuck your chin, wrap it in, and then lift up and look up. And your chin opens the left hip, set down. Now this is your pace. Left foot, right knee, and hands high. That there's no rush, that you're looking to begin to match the movement of your body with the movement of your breathing. That you are finding your way in and out of a lunge and a dog and a rise and a fold. If you like, the exhalation is out the mouth, the tension of your body, given permission, given encouragement to shift out on the exhale. Just feeling, how do you need to move? Where do you need to go? Make it yours. We'll go 2 more each side. Oh. front and the back of your body. Taking your time where time serves you. Good. And then wherever you've gone, finish your side. Find your dog. Come down to hands and knees. You're going to take your blocks and shift them back. They become aligned. And they're aligned end to end, standing on their edge. Put them back near your knees. So that as your hands come forward and you come up, put the middle of your thighs on the block so that you could float your feet right on the meat of your thighs. Yes. And then walk around a little bit, lift and lower, finding your center there that feels really balanced front and back. Tuck your toes under, bring your heart to the floor. Tuck your toes under more, looking forward. So the palms are flat down, right by the ribs. Pressing down, rise up. Heart comes through. Wrap your elbows in and your heart comes up. Firm into your heels, tuck your toes. So exhale, bending. Inhale, rising. Use the strength in your legs. The firm aspect of your legs is helping your chest. Wrapping your elbows in, heart comes up. If your legs are strong and clear, come to your fingertips. And the fingertips allow you to get a little quicker. Find a pace you can sustain. It may be very slow and very sweet, or it may be quick and bright, beautiful. Yes, use the blocks under your thighs. 3. Good, good. I thought you were going to get Luca. Therapy cat. 2. And then just stay tall a beat. Turn your chin to the right, wrap your elbows in, and press into your left foot. Turn to the left, press into your right foot. And coming out is just putting your knees to the floor. Walk the blocks forward and put your hands and wrists on the block to drop your head. So that you can use the breath that you built is big and full, and the heat in your shoulders allows a little more opening. Good. Set your blocks aside. And from your hands and knees, you'll take your left shoulder down, exactly as we did before, a little forward, a little back. Hips wag side to side, left head down. Right hand overhead. Right leg straightens, toe tucked under. Now look under your right armpit. Open your left palm to the sky. And without trying to go any further, just feel the line from your right hand to your right foot. And let that line become very clear. And you're turning your chin into your right armpit, and the left arm is straight, and the back of your left fingernails are on the floor. Good. Back down to the floor, hands and knees a block underneath your left hand. Tuck your left toes out to the left side and plant your right foot flat. Take your right hand up and overhead. If you need to, set your block on its side if you want a little more height. And then right elbow, right knee, tuck of the chin, and then foot to the floor, opening out. Left toes are tucked under so that the left foot is a kickstand. And from that, hips go back, and then hips come forward, each time coming forward more clearly. Opening and closing through the mid-body. 3, and 2.
Good, 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 good. The next time you put your foot to the floor, you pause right there. Open and close your right hand. A fist and wide open. A fist. Turn your chin right and wide open. Pivot your left foot closer to your left hand, hips forward, heart high. A fist and wide open. What our hands are doing is affecting our breath. Open your hand wide. Turn your palm toward the floor. Now turn your palm open to the ceiling. Turn your palm down and look down. Turn your palm to the ceiling, look up. One more. Palm down, look down. Now just turn your chin, look up. Full pose, stay. Bring your right hand down and find your dog and notice right side, left side. The purpose, why we are here, is built into our body. We start to connect to it, we start to make sense to it, it starts to speak to us. High plank, bring it all the way flat to the floor. Cobra, raising your heart, wagging your tail. Roll down and lift your feet, widen your feet, zip them together. Inhale, open, exhale, zip them together. So the more strength you have in the legs, the lighter and the easier it is through the base and the jaw. Put the work in the base. As you bring your feet together, bring your shoulder blades together. As you bring your feet together, bring your navel into your body. And then keeping your feet together, zip that up, lift your heart, feet down, heart up, right tail. 3. So the shoulder blades are to the spine, the elbows are bent, the tops of the feet flat. 2. Beauty, bend your elbows, bend your elbows, bend your elbows. Yeah! Now wrap your elbows in. I know you want to lock it out. I want you to put the front of your hip on the floor. Yes. Yes! And there's more work, right? Sorry, love. All the way down. Press back. Child. Rising up. Right shoulder down to the floor. Revolving. Just taking that revolution a little further, a little more precision, a little more architecture. So forward and back and a little side to side allows you to find your center of gravity. Left hand overhead. Fingertips to the floor, look under the left arm. Straightening the left leg. You're on the ball of your foot. And maybe you walk your left hand a little bit towards the right. And your chin up into that left shoulder and the breath into the center of your chest. And the exhale is out into the navel to spine. 3. Clear it out from the gut, right through the axis of your spine, right to your fingertips. 1 more. So that the knee's down, the hand is down, the hands and knees. Block underneath your left hand. Right hand, forgive me. And the right knee is down and the left foot is flat and the left hand comes up overhead. Bang your elbow to your knee, tuck your chin, your left to your toes tucked under beneath you so that you're stable. Now open and close at your pace. You're folding your hips back and then you're drawing the hips forward. And the movement is like a great bellows and you're allowing the breath in and out through the movement. Good, good, good. You find 1 more. Keep it long and keep it flat and stay. Now open, close fist of the left hand. And all the little tiny crankety bits that are in there, open and close your fist. How it's related to your hand and your expression in your jaw. Pivot your right foot a little closer
Now the left palm sees the floor as you look up and then look down. Turn your palm open to the ceiling, turn your chest up, and then turn your palm down and look down. Revolve your shoulder girdle through your fingertips and turn down and look down. It may have a taste, it may have a heat, it may have a shake. Turn your palm down, and now only the chin, look up and stay. Pivot your right foot closer to your hand, stand in your left heel. 3, 2, and then look down. And set down, you're facing down. Press it back, walk it out. So twisting happens from the very surface of us down and down and down into our greatest interior. It's one of the best ways to go further into ourselves. A forward fold won't necessarily take you further into yourself. Good. Step your left foot to your hand and pivot so that your feet are wide and your toes can turn in a little and there's a bend in your knees. Let yourself shift and shift. Shift and shift. Either way you want to go. Just let it be soft and kind. And then you just take your hands to the outside edges of your legs, slide them up your legs, sweep your hands out wide, and go back down that way. Rinse out, fold down, hands down the backs of the legs, knees bent if they need to be. Unfold. Now your right hand down the thigh, the left hand over the side, like you just did. Now hands wide, and then the left hand, bend your right knee and bring that left hand down in front of the right foot and turn. Good, stand up tall, hands wide. Down the center, fold, knees soft as they need to be. So we're rinsing. Unfold, reach wide. Left hand down, right hand over the top. Good, and then right hand wide, take that length, left knee bends, hand down in front of the left foot, revolve. Again, hands wide. Down the center, there's your exhale, just fold. And on the inhale, unfold. And the right hand down and the left hand to reach over. And then sweeping wide, the right knee bends, the left hand down. Unfold, hands wide. Down the legs, folding in. Yep. Unfold. Left hand down, right over the top. Oh, plug into your heel. Good, good, good. Hands wide. Bend the left knee, right hand down. And wide. So bend your right knee and bring your left hand to your right shin. Belly to the thigh. Unfold. As big a bend as you need to. Bend the left knee, right hand to the shin. And unfold. To the right. And up. And to the left. So you bend your knee to bring your hand to your shin, and then you press into the foot and you straighten out to open through the pelvis. So you're folding and unfolding at your own pace. You're widening across the front of the low belly. You're clearing the crease of your hips. You're opening across the chest. And you're revolving through the spine. Let it be easier or softer. If it's a lot, go like this. And you're just yeah. So that you're unearthing. For 3. Good, 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 good. For 2. You're earning your bolster. For 1. You're going to step to the top of the mat. And just notice from the navel through the legs, the length of your toes. All of that unstuck and clear. Sit down. Take your bolster, set it right behind you. So if you don't have a bolster, use your blankets.
Take a good bend. And then lie back. And turn your palms open. Walk your feet out and just feel the blessed nature of rest. So if you don't have a bolster but you do have 2 blocks, you'll take your 2 blocks and you'll put them in a line behind you, and you'll take your blanket and you'll put it over those blocks and you'll lie back. Let your elbows bend so your forearms can fall to the floor. Wherever you've gone, whatever's happening, the chest is supported. Legs are straight or the legs crossed, up to you. Feel the full swell of your breath. Let there be ease in your body because you are done. Let there just be an aspect of doneness. The feet shake side to side, the knees rock up and down. A little wag of the tail, shake through the body. Wriggle and open your fingers, feet side to side, knees up and down. And the more vigorous you are with shaking out the feet and the legs, you'll notice then when they're still, there's a real release through the chest. And the quiet gets brighter. Bring your hands over and over and over and over and over your head. So your hands aren't resting on the floor anymore, they're reaching straight above you. Now go wide. And wide and wide and wide, and skim the floor until your fingertips point to your feet. And reach toward that, make a fist there. Reach your knuckles towards your heels, flex your feet, let your heels be hip distance. Tuck your chin so slightly, reach your knuckles towards your feet. Now soften your feet, open your hands and sweep wide. Up overhead, that's breath in. Sweeping wide, making fists, flexing feet, that's breath out. You'll do 3 rounds at your pace. Relaxing from the feet, through the ankles, through the knees, through the chest. And then gathering back in, holding all your tension, and then letting it out. With your hands low by your thighs, rest your hands. So your elbows are down, your forearms are down, your hands are relaxed, your feet are relaxed. Notice. Just be without the tension. Without the tension in your feet. Be without the tension in your belly. Be without the tension in your throat, your arms, and be without the tension in your hands, in your face. And in that tensionlessness, there is no good aspect to last year, nor a bad aspect to last year. There's a neutrality where it's all welcome. It's all welcome. We'll breathe in for 4, 3, 2. Pause. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep going, keep going. Inhale, 4. Pause, 7, and you'll feel it keep rising through you. Pause, holding the breath in, and then exhale, 8. Inhale, hands overhead, 4, 3, 2. Pause, reach. Exhale, wide and down. 3, 2,
One more. In 4, reach wide, big, full, quick. Pause, 7. Reach. Hold it, savor it, love it, let it go. Good. Plant your elbows. Tuck your chin. Lifting up. Remove the bolster, lay it to the side and roll back flat. So always this neutral space is our rebound, is where we just let everything be. Neutral. Neutral. So that we can love all thoughts. In the neutral, we're more inclusive, less critical. It's all welcome, all response. All done. Walk your feet in. Draw your right knee to your chest, interlace your fingers, draw it close, squeeze it down. Oh, shake out your right foot. And half happy baby on the right side will mean bringing your right heel over your right knee. You may hold behind the knee, which is awesome. You may hold outside the right shin or outer ankle, or hold the outer right foot. And draw the right knee down towards the body or down toward the floor. Press the left thigh away. And feel the back of your right side body widen and lengthen to the floor. Can you find 2 rounds? 4, inhale, 7, hold, 8, exhale. And let the breath explore the pose. Right foot down, left knee to chest, interlace your fingers, shake out the left foot. Heel over the knee, holding behind the knee, holding the outer shin, the outer foot, bring your left knee down, the right hand against your right thigh. And 2 rounds, in 4, hold 7, out 8. Where does the breath go? How does the breath affect the posture? Let the posture be rearranged. Let it be informed by the breath. Feet flat, legs out, rebound, palms open. 2 rounds, in 4, pause 7, out 8. Let the posture change around the breath. Normal breath. The quiet that you you are constructing with your breathing. Walk your feet in. Hold your shins, roll yourself to a seat, set the bolster behind you again. So again, if you need to, it's 2 blocks in a line and the blanket on top. You'll turn so that you're on your right hip and your right thigh is perpendicular to the center line. And I have the bolster against my right hip. Yep. Bring your right side and right belly and center of chest down onto the bolster. Left palm flat, left elbow down, and the right side of your head is down. Yeah. That's it. Laurie, see if you can square your chest a little more. Put your left forearm on the floor.
Yeah, turn more, widen your elbows. Yes, yes, awesome. If you have more space, turn your chin to your right shoulder. Take time. Now 2 rounds, 4 counts in. Pause 7, and in that pause, let it rearrange the interior, and on the exhale, collapse into that turn. Only work is in the breath. And just do one more round. And staying there, normal breathing. Inviting a doneness. How much weight will you give to the bolster? The weight of your head, and the weight of your chest, your belly. Here, hold me. And feel how much you've been holding on, and just let the bolster hold you. Hands under your elbows, press straight down, so we peel up gently. And you'll widen your knees to face your bolster. And as you bend your knees towards child, just bring the bolster back and put your chin down and your arms out, so there's a little opening from under the edge of your chin. And if your hips don't go back, that's no problem. The bolster is under your chest, and it's as far forward as it needs to be. So if you're not comfortable in a deep knees, scoot your bolster forward. Yeah, even more than that, so that your chest comes down, but your hips can be over your knees. Yeah. So that you're looking forward. That's it. Lori, pull your bolster forward too. Perfect. Now your heart is down and your chin is in the bolster. And you're lengthening from your heart under the root of your tongue. And the back of your neck is shortened. And we go 2 rounds. Close your eyes. 4 in, hold 7, out 8, and then we'll turn to the right. As you hold the breath, where will it go? You can even move the hips as they need to. Don't be stuck. Let the posture change you. Let the breathing change you. Lengthening up under the jaw, the base of the skull. You walk your hands back, press down, put both knees to the right side and sit your left hip down. And you turn your navel and you bring the center of your chest as much as you can down, and the palms flat and the elbows wide. Step 1 is looking to the right shoulder, and step 2 is looking to the left shoulder. We'll do 4 rounds of breath. 4 in, pause 7, and 8 out. Take your
time. Keep being rearranged internally. Allow the pose to change. Explore new length, new revolution. The inner thighs, the lower back. Let this breath really get at your connective tissue, your habits, your structure. Little wriggle, little rinse, little shift. Where nothing else can. You bring your hands back, you plant them, peeling up, set your bolster aside and rebound, because now we have all kinds of different currents set up. And just let them run their course. Come undone, come uncoiled. How does your chest want to rise? Shake out your feet, shake out your knees, come undone, tuck your shoulders underneath you. And then knees to chest. So hands on shins, this is exhale. Heels up high, hands overhead. This is inhale. Make a great L, flex your feet. And on your exhale, hold your shins, lift your head, shoulders, round your nose between your knees, and then heels up, hands overhead, inhaling here, and then exhaling down. We're going to add our count as you can. If you don't want to, don't do it. Hands up, heels up, 4, 3, 2, pause the breath. And all you've got into your heels, your toes, you're holding that prana in your body, and then you bend your knees and you exhale round. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, up and in, and hold, and out. One more, in, hold, and out. Neutral. Feet down, legs out, palms open, notice. Go more. Shake out the feet and the knees. Walk your feet in, roll yourself to a seat, add your blanket. You're going to take the blanket. If done is done, And that's a perfect hour of yoga for you that concluded with good breath work. Be done. I will simply move us into some seated twists. Take your blocks and put them behind you. So 1, 2. It got cold here. So my right leg goes straight out, and I'm seated on the front edge of my blanket. And what that does is it helps to tip my hips back and open back into the hamstring a little more easily without rounding. Walk your fingertips forward. So on the exhale, the elbows bend, and rather than the head going down, imagine your heart's going forward. So that's your exhale. Fingertips, seat, that's your inhale. So rather than rounding your nose towards your knee, you're taking your heart forward and you're rising up. Now that becomes as slow and as steady as you choose. And each time you come up, the likelihood is you can begin to inch your fingertips just a step further. Drawing your right toes back, shifting your weight a little right, a little left. So the left foot is against the right inner thigh. And as you can, palms to the floor, spine steady. If there's more, elbows to the floor, spine steady. And from there, press the left hip back and down. Keep your right hand wherever it landed, and your left hand either outside of the shin, or outside the ankle, or outside the foot. And use that, there you go, pressing in. Now when you fold, send your left hip back and feel from your left shoulder to your left hip. Keep your chest square and just bend your elbow. That's it. So your heart and your navel are going right. Yes, that's it. It's a turn. So heart comes forward, left hip down. So the left side of your spine can start to open, left side ribs spread apart. Good. As you come up, you'll bend your right knee and put your left foot out. So right foot flattens. Because we've made length in the left side body, use that to wrap around. So now I'm long through the left body, let my left hip be heavy, and now I'm taking one block and I'm going to stack it on its side. When I'm heavy in my hand, my navel sinks down, my heart comes up, and I revolve. So I want you to find a little height and sit down in the left hip that you just lengthened. Use the space in your left side rib cage. Use the back of your arm against your right thigh. Get yourself up and tall, and then you turn. Now can you find 2 rounds of our breathing? In to fill the chest, and then pausing tall and full, holding that breath, rearranging the interior of this shape. And then on the exhale, you are revolving further. One more like that. On the inhale, sit down into the left foot, left hip. Holding the breath, get taller. On the exhale, turn right. Big, 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 big rinse. Good. Turning to the front. One step is cross outside the left knee and repeat. So you're going to have more of a twist inner thigh. When you do that, just walk your left heel as far to the right as it goes, right? So you're, and that can be a great turn, or bring your heel closer to your hip. So if that's not appropriate for your hip or your knee, just, again, as far across with your left foot as you can. So now when you turn, the next step is to turn your block on its tail. So the hand is higher and the heart is higher. You got it. You got it. Yes. Now your hand is just heavy. And what it's doing is put your hand down, take your hand off the block and notice what happens. And then there's kind of a collapse through the front body and you're like, Arr. That's not the revolution I want. I want you to sit down and with your hand, shoulder blades. Then you just fall right. from your inner thighs, soften. So this is built, this has the bind built in, it has the support of the blocks. Your work is to soften your inner thighs and soften your low navel. Oh, and if you soften and trust all the parts, on the exhale, your chin to your back shoulder. On the inhale, turn your chin to your front shoulder. If you choose, you're adding 4 in, hold 7, and in the hold, you are sitting so tall, and then the exhale, you're turning slowly back, 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 back. Put it all together, just 2 times. Normal breathing. The block in your hand, bring it with you. Turn to the front. Uncoil. Cross your leg with your right shin in front of your left. Block out in front. And now hands on block. Notice the right side might be tight, either side might be tight, and you use the block to rock. Wow. So anywhere that there's tension across the sacrum, across the backs of your hips, across the backs of your waist, left side, right side, let your head move as it will. Good. At center, you'll bring your block on its belly in front of your shins and your left forearm to the block. Super cool. Right hand rises, fall back, fall back, fall back. Where can you go? Now bring your right forearm in front of your left, tuck your chin. Here we go. That's exhale down. Sweep up, sweep open. That's inhale. And bring it down. Oh, and that's exhale. 3 more like that. Your pace. You are moving through the full length of your spine. At the end of your third, open and close fist. Fist. And feel the opening and closing of your hand make space through the armpit, through the chest, the collarbones, the shoulder girdle. And sitting up tall, hands on your thighs, notice right side, left side. Just pause, just so that you know why we do it. So the right side body correlates to the left side brain. Sometimes if we're very subtle, we can feel that correlation. And then shake it out. We'll do the other side. Feet side to side, knees up and down, finding neutral. We start with the right knee bent. Put our blocks behind us. And the right knee goes wide and the right foot to the left inner thigh. Tail back, I'm on the edge of my blanket. Your left heel wants to go a little wide perhaps, and check that your heel and your knee and your hip, it's as though you were standing. And so my right knee comes in so slightly, I'm standing my right foot on my thigh, that's the plan. And now we just start this folding and unfolding. And with each fold, we begin to revolve a little more to the left, as though you were lifting up your navel and walking it over towards the left side of your left thigh. And then you pause. You can rock a little bit side to side. So palms may be down, elbows may be down, fingertips may be down. It's entirely in relation to your body, and your body is just a memory of your experience. So doesn't do us any good to judge it. The right hand crosses to the outer left shin. That's step 1, elbow bend. So that's to turn your navel. If you've got space, go to your ankle or your outer heel. You you hold your outer foot. And as you bend your elbow, you can feel along the right side body and the right side hip a lengthening. And with that lengthening, you fold. And with that deepening of your breathing, we want to become as long as we can from the right side hip to the right side chest, because that's the part we'll use to revolve in our next twist. If your fold is so complete, your nose is outside of your left shin. Maybe next week. So that when you sit up, you can feel that the right side is lengthened and the right leg straightens and the left knee bends. And you use that length to wrap around and sit up tall, stacking your blocks to turn. So my feet are in parallel. The turn is primarily through the mid-back. If you need to, shake out the knee, shake out the foot, sit up tall. Notice that the weight of your hand is a support for yourself to sit taller. So we'll in for 4, we'll hold for 7, we'll out for 8, just 2 times. Use that inhale to really open the interior space, and then use the exhale to totally empty it out, turning left. And then you release. Good. So you cross your left over your right. One option, take your right heel all the way off the left side of your mat. So it's as though you were taking a shoelace and tightening up that center line. Awesome, work there, or tuck your right heel back. Build your turn and stand your block higher. So this allows you to sit further down and sit taller up. Inhale is to the front. Exhale is to the back. And then find your breath. In for 4, turning to the front, pausing for 7, expanding the chest, widening front and back. And then the exhale, the navel turns, the inner thigh, the chin turns, stand in the front left foot, and revolve all the way up. In for 4. Hold for 7. Let it in, let it in, let it in, let it in, and then let it out. Let it all the way, all the way, all the way down. No more breathing. Uncoil. Cross your left in front of your right. Bring your block with you. Wag your tail. Arms out long, block out long, side to side. Just feeling where is it that you made new space that needs to be integrated, to come and be included into your new neutral. So that when you sit upright, you bring your belly to its you bring your block to its belly, and your right forearm to the block. And the left hand sweeps up wide. You fall into the back of your body, and then sweeping. Bring the left hand in front of the right, tuck the chin, that's breath out. Sweeping up, open, that's breath in. Go 4 more like that, take your time. And when you finish your 4th, you just keep both hands down. If you need to stay a beat, stay a beat. as you unfold, set your blocks to the side, take your bolster, bring it under the backs of your knees. And if you have an oval bolster that you're using or a rectangular bolster, then you want to set it on its edge. So start out by bringing it under the backs of your knees. Take your blanket and put it over your belly. And then turn it onto its edge so that there's an even amount of weight between the back and the front. And then as you lie back, unfold the blanket to give you a little bit of weight and a little bit of heat. Adjust. You can lift and lower one leg and then the other. Wag your tail, lift and lower your hips. Shake out your feet side to side. And then elbows tuck in, hands fall open, the body at ease. And if there's any tension across the chest, just sweep your hands very wide. Just a little overhead and then sweep back wide. And do that as many times as you need to bring your shoulder blades up under you, feeling even through the front and the back of the chest. And your body comes to a stillness. In that stillness is the softest of smiles. It may not even make it to the surface, that moment before you smile, the impulse to smile. And the way that the impulse to smile opens your face. And the way that the impulse to smile opens your face, and that changes your shoulders and your fingers. That hint of a smile, the very end of something well earned, the very beginning of something anticipated, they are the same. The burgeoning smile, so intimate. Rest your attention in your eyes. Breathing in, you notice your eyes, all they do for you. Breathing out, I love my eyes. Focus that sensation, that budding smile, love for your eyes. Breathing in, I notice my eyes. Breathing out, I fill them with love, with thanks, with kindness. The body softens. Feeling your heart, physical beating muscle in your heart. Inhaling, you notice the heart. I have a heart. Exhaling, that budding smile of care and thanks and love to the heart.
Inhaling, noticing your lungs. Such good breath. Exhaling love to the lungs. That hint of a smile, that pleasure of having lungs. Inhale, I notice. And exhale, I love. Bring your attention to your hands. Inhale, you notice your hands, and all they do, and all they hold, and all they provide. With that hint of a smile. On the exhale, I love my hands. I love my hands. Releasing any effort of thought or breath. Feeling the complete support of your body and the mat, the floor of the day. to deepen your breathing without going anywhere else in your body. If you have a bolster, you'll bend one knee and put your foot on the bolster, and then the other. Use your feet, roll it away until you can put just your calves on the bolster. Your feet float. Feel how that slightest of shifts begins to change where you're rooted. Everything you've ever wanted is waiting for you. You've not lost a chance. Your potential has not waned. Your truth has not diminished. Even if you've kept it all in hiding, all you've lost was one particular chance to make it manifest, and perhaps that was not the moment. There will be an infinity more. You have not lost anything, because one thing did not happen as you expected. You contain everything you've ever wished to become. As this day of resolution is here, let it be full of kindness. Love all of it. Love exactly where you are. You are welcome here. You are never behind, and you are never missing out. Love all of your experience, and be ready for what will come. This is our new year, our new day. Walk your feet in to roll to your right side. Roll your way up to a seat. Take your time. Arriving side to side. So today was a big practice. Tomorrow, this movement will be wonderful and important. Oh, Suki. So tomorrow, if you wake up, you're a little stiff, just sit up in bed. Sit up in bed and go like this. And you'll be great. And then sweep 2 hands high and know that where you are is where you are. No resolution, no change, no shift, just where you are. Fill it with love. Thumbs to the forehead center. I am this. I am this. Namaste. Oh. So it's January 1st. Come again. Saturday Vinyasa is going to be this sort of form a little bit, shift us around, get us moving, a deepened theme like our twists or folds or whatever we're making, and then slowing it down is a real blessing. Just slowing down and letting it sort of come out of us. Instead of thinking we have to do this work to make ourselves change, the change is happening. We're here, you want to go this way? Let's go this way. It's okay. Here's the space, here's the door. And I find that that is a way that I would like to practice going forward. I get moving, I create direction, and then I'm a receiver. I'm allowing the practice to go where it knows I need to shift and then rest. So next Saturday, same thing, here we go. Otherwise, tomorrow morning, a new sequence in our Kundalini, 8 a.m. or in person, 10:30 in Baltimore. And I will see you soon. Have a wonderful new year. So good.
There we go. The reading was from Ceremony, which is by Brianna Weist.